Hey guys, still there and welcome back to Surviving Mars, where I am back on the Red Planet and, well, we're almost ready to launch the shuttles, and I'm not talking about the shuttles that are going back to Earth. No, I'm talking about the shuttles which are flying on Mars itself, and for that I will need the CO2 jet propulsion. I will also need a bit of polymers and, more importantly, electronics. And electronics are things that I don't really have in abundance, because I only have 16. I do have 1 billion in funds, which is nice. So I'm going to make sure that the next rocket, which is about to come in, is going to have a bit of cargo on board in the form of some polymers, some electronics, and if I can afford it, yeah, I can afford it, a small electronics factory, which I'm going to deploy in the dome, which is far, far up north. And with that one in mind, I will be able to mine the materials that I need and immediately refine them into usable resources, such as electronics. Ideally, I would go with a big one, but that one is entirely unaffordable and, well, uncarryable as well. No, actually, it's carryable, it's just not affordable. So I currently have 270 million left. I just want to get one of these things going to slightly compensate for the amount of materials that I'm using. Aside from that, I don't think I need much, and I don't want to waste all of my budget, so let's send it off.
Research complete.
Russia is now offering for me to send them 50 electronics, and they're going to give me a ton of food, which is something I'm really not that interested in, so no thank you. Maybe they still have tech? No, nothing yet. Alright, CO2 propulsion is done. After the CO2 propulsion, I'm now going for the hypersensitive photovoltaics, which is going to boost the production of solar panels by 100%, effectively doubling the power production, and hopefully being able to charge all of the batteries. And that should reduce the amount of pressure that I'm putting on my large wind turbines, at least a little bit. The thing with the wind turbines is that they are wonderful for producing power. They're really good at that. But they have one limitation, and that's that they need machine parts. Machine parts need metals, and metals I still don't have a massive abundance of. Much to my chagrin, I don't have that many. Anyway, let's set up the shuttle hub. Find a decent spot. I cannot quite fit it in between these two launch spots. And I don't want to have it on that fertile soil over there. Yeah, just here, I guess. 10 concrete, 15 polymers, so that's going to go fast, and 10 electronics. Fortunately, that rocket which is coming in is going to be carrying a bit more, and the stealth one is going to come back right in when it has landed on Earth with a whole bunch more colonists in the form of tourists, actually.
Found.
Oh, what do we have here? Ah, help us with current research goals. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Alright, show me the tourists. Off you go. Now the next research that I would like after the hypersensitive photovoltaics and the Beyond Earth initiative are done is one where I can get more people onto a rocket. It is in the engineering tree, but unfortunately I haven't unlocked it yet. So at the moment I will not be able to transport more than 12 people on a rocket. And that means that I just have to keep those rockets from flying back and forth. Now the open farm is waiting for 1 seed at the moment. There is 0.1 seed stored over there. And some over here. So right now it doesn't work. But at least there's 56 food stored up. And in the meanwhile, let's convert this landing pad to a trade pad. I don't have that much that I can export at the moment. I'm going to need more concrete. Oh! Yeah, that's not helping. This thing is not doing anything because its storage is full. So let's make sure that they actually have a dumping site for that. And that should kick production right back off. Get more concrete. Because concrete is something that goes fast. Over here, I'm still waiting for the machine parts. And once the shuttle hub is operational, I should also be getting machine parts. The shuttle with the resupply is coming in. So that thing is ready to get the additional polymers right here. And this one, I think... Yeah, this one has the rest of my polymer supply. All 14 polymers are here. Now, I don't need a lot of resources here, so I'm going to set all of these things to, let's say, 5 or 10, depending on what sort of resource it is. And by doing that, I make sure that all the resources are going to be, well, fairly evenly distributed among the colony. And that I don't have tons and tons of supplies in one spot and nothing in another. Japan's offering another 17 metal for 50 food. Yeah, I think I can afford that. I'm also getting close to having another 15 machine parts. Which means that the Stealth 2 can once again go off on a mission. And that mission is to once again knock an ice asteroid into Mars, putting the amount of water at 15%. In the meanwhile, ever so slowly we're getting more and more temperature. These things initially give you, I think it's 0.02 or 0.2% per sol. And once you're at 25%, they slow down. They only give you a quarter of that, so 0.05%. Vegetation is not going terribly quickly either. Putting it mildly. 0.1% per sol. That's all I'm getting. So it is really not very quick. Oh, crap, we have a refugee crisis. Recent political turmoil on Earth has driven many refugees to seek shelter as far from Mother Planet as possible. Acceptance from refugees in the colony will generate both funding and good press for us. Social transitions are never entirely smooth, though. Refugees are untrained for life on Mars and will initially have reduced work performance at all jobs. Great. Some of them may have trouble adjusting to Martian lifestyle and may become renegades. Great. That's worse. And... I can say I don't want them. Or I can say give me 10 for 200. Or give me 30 for 200. I'll take 10. I don't need a massive amount of these people flooding the colony. Because I don't have tons and tons of space available. I mean, I have some. But not loads. Yeah, just go back to Earth. We're still waiting for 0.6 polymer? That's it? Alright, you. I need you to bring back a very small amount.
Departing.
That's enough. And drop off the concrete here. Okay, all done. Now, back to the base to finish building this thing. And then I can have a lot more resources being automated around the planet. Over here we have tourists which are departing. Just need to throw on some fuel into this thing and then we should be done. And I'm getting the photovoltaics done soon. This one's once again out of seeds. How much food is there still here? 67. Oh, that's not bad. This one is still producing a lot of food. And I think that until the farm can completely take over, I'll just keep the ranch here as is. Alright, Stealth 1, go back home. I'm just going to deploy another set of buildings over here to make sure I have more homes for the tourists. Tourists, fortunately, aren't picky. All that they need is a bit of food. And, well, they have a lot of other demands. But I'm not going to fulfill them. You paid to come to Mars, not to use all of my facilities for free. So don't expect me to be too lenient with that. Now, those 12 tourists which are arriving, or 10 tourists, what am I going to put those to work on? Because I don't have that many work slots open. This one's full. This one can still use people. But overall, I have almost all the slots filled at this stage. The research labs can still use some more people. Yeah, that's alright. Oh, Soylent Green. This is a bit dark. Bodies of dead colonists are converted to food. How much? Soylent Green is made out of people. They are making food out of people, and we know that. We are actually okay with that. Are we though? Are we really okay with that? I'm not sure that that's something I want to research anytime soon.
There's more to the barren environs of the red planet
New
than
tech
meets
research,
the eye.
or available for research, the
veritable
Donor
treasure
Hub, and the
trove of
terraforming amplification. Where's the farm not getting any seeds?
Sector scanned. Anomaly
Ah,
found.
here we go. The shuttles are ready. And they're now getting fuel. And this is a shuttle. A shuttle is nothing more than basically a space truck or a Mars truck. It flies back and forth, bringing resources from one spot to the next, depending on where you will need them. That's all that it does. Just transport from here to there. Now, I'll be offering concrete, and I want some more polymers. And hopefully Russia is interested in that and can restock me with more polymers. Because I am definitely going to need some more. There we go. Thank you, Russia. Excellent. This one's coming back to life again. With all the small deposits of waste rock being cleared out bit by bit by bit. There's a lot that needs transporting here. But so far it's perfectly fine. Alright, 391, 500, very good. 282, 1500 research, and that is steady. No unemployed folks, so that's good. Stealth 1 is almost back to Earth and can yeah, it can bring back a whole lot more tourists. Alright, passenger rocket. Tourists, check, launch. Normally food can be a bit of a factor that makes you not get tourists, or at least not in the amount of, well, not in the levels that I have currently. But I have a lot of food being produced, so this works. Beyond Earth, trade rockets.
Beyond Earth initiative needs your help. Not with know-how this time around.
Currently, we are falling behind schedule at our Rubicon station front. A deep space shipyard tasked with expanding our spacefaring capabilities and would kindly request you to contribute metals. Yeah, right, that's the one thing I don't have a lot of. Towards bringing the construction back on track. We ran the numbers and have come to the conclusion that using Mars for refining raw materials towards our separate projects would prove far more effective than doing this from Earth, and will speed up the whole process of bringing the project to fruition. A rocket to pick up resources has been sent towards Mars. Every now and then, more such rockets will arrive. If you have materials to spare, please do. Okay. How much did they want? 200? Are you nuts? I only have 50. Sure enough, I'm getting some from this rocket. It's well, mostly the trade with Japan that's currently keeping me afloat.
Resources are low.
But aside from those rockets,
Research complete.
It's
Anomaly analyzed.
really pretty scarce that the stuff that I have. Now, by the way, I know that I can speed up these researches if I park a sensor tower in that sector. The thing is, sensor towers cost cost electronics and metals, and I am not particularly rich on either front. So that's the reason why I'm not deploying sensor towers here. And just going for the things as they are. Just slowly scanning one sector after another. Now, I'm not too happy about not seeing any metals around here. That is really not a good sign. Let's see, can I get this second dome operational? Yes and no. This thing is online. But I'm going to park my RC commander over here and make sure that these things actually get built. I'm going to deploy a small universal depot here. And I don't want food, I don't want rare metals, I don't want polymers, I don't want electronics, and I don't want fuel. And I just need a bit of these three to keep these things, and especially the solar panels, operational. Ah, there you go. Hypersensitive photovoltaics is done. That should give me a lot more power. Stealth 2 almost back. Stealth 1 is on Earth? Yeah, it is. Now, do we have any concrete here? Yes. Okay, good. We also still have some spires. And I think I might deploy one here. Especially the arcology one, because it gives a good amount of residential area. Without really providing any strain on the buildings that I have here. I will, however, need a good amount of batteries. and solar panels to keep this whole operation going. So let's get a couple of batteries and solar panels. This thing now generates 10. It has a demand of 23 though, so we're not quite there yet. Alright, there's the Stealth 2. That's more passengers. Yeah, right. I'm not going to land this thing. The Rubicon Station. It's nice that they want this, but I have my colony to worry about. And they just want me to give them 200 metals.
Colonists are departing.
Okay, there's another flight of tourists departing. We got some more anomalies
There's
researched.
more to the barren environment.
It's going to open up the tech tree further. And this thing just needs one more machine part. There we go.
Resources are low.
Operational. It just doesn't have power. Need to deploy one more solar panel, I think. And then it's connected. This is a lot of solar panels. I wasn't expecting that I got the photovoltaic thing. So I actually got a lot more stuff here, in the sense of solar panels, than I thought I would need. So let's, since I'm low on metals, give some of these, or let's dismantle some of these so I can build that one. And just have this thing produced during the first shift and the second shift, and not during nighttime, because it won't work anyway. Alright, it is now possible to use it, provided that we have solar.
Sector scanned.
And now I need a Moxie. Not the one from Borderlands, for those of you considering. Just need an oxygen generator. I think one temporarily should do. Oh, dust storms. Great. It's going to arrive in 16 hours, so it's going to be there pretty soon as well. That's not great. The amount of metals is really becoming a problem now. I need metals. Urgent. Switch it. Force it. Food aplenty. Metals, not so much. Somebody please give me metal. Before the whole stash runs out. Yes. Japan, 20. Fine. Okay, that is currently at 15. It's doing not too bad. I think I'm just about ready to start opening this thing up. This second dome. And when it's operational, I'll be able to also start mining over here with the rare metals extractor. First gonna go for this deposit because it has a high deposit, meaning I get more from a shift. And then... oh crap. That needs to be connected. I will also require a couple of facilities inside this dome. Otherwise the people are going to get a little unhappy. So a diner, a grocer, and a space bar. And what else? Production capability is also going to be pretty vital. Because I did have one of those small facilities that can make electronics. Yes, small electronics facility. Then I'll also take a couple of additional, or one additional living complex. That's, what was it, 12? 14. 14 plus 32 is a total of 46 colonists, which should be plenty. Yes. Yep, that one's not currently operational, that makes sense. And for the rest, we're just waiting for all the materials. Especially the metals are going to be a bit of a problem to get in here. And since there's the dust storm, I cannot use any of my shuttles. At least food won't be a problem. That's a comforting thought. But what this dome might have problems with is staying operational during dust storms. Because the batteries are going to go down fast. And there is not a lot of charge power. There we go. It is now currently without life support. That makes sense. Not a lot I can do to fix that. Just wait out the dust storm. There's no colonists in here anyway. So I don't really care about that. Alright, what should the next step be? Bring in potentially 2 ships full of colonists. And... oh, that one's ready to land. That one's coming in. Okay. Once it's ready to land, Actually, no, I can already have them come in. My bad. Filter. No to the tourists. This is going to be an actual useful flight. Back. Specializations. Geologists. Alright, I want one flight of geologists immediately. And the second one, well, as many geologists as I can. And for the rest, mostly unskilled labor. No specs. I can get 2 more. No, no, off you go. Alright, that should give me at least a basic workforce to get these operations going. They're gonna land in 23 hours if they're gonna get here that fast.
No active research.
Oh.
Research complete.
The Beyond Earth research is done. What did that give me?
Our contributions towards the Beyond Earth project have been received, and we have Reed Goddenberry's everlasting thanks on behalf of humanity's future.
That's nice of him. We are given a choice to contribute research to a project of our liking next, partially advancing progress on any of the following. The Aldrin base. It gives me 10 scientists. I can invest in Project Vesta, which is a mining hub. Reduce cost of robotics tech by 5%. I can get Rubicon Station. Is that just flat 200 once? Or Spring City, a farming hub on water-rich Ganymede, which is going to give me 5 botanists and 5 geologists. In this case, I think this one might be the more interesting. This is an overall really nice bonus, but for my shorter-term goal, geologists and botanists are going to help the colony stay alive. Because the geologists are the ones that are going to be raking in the money. Now, I have access to the robotics research, but it's 15 and 20,000. And as I'm only generating 1,300, that's going to take forever. So let's go back here a little bit. That's handy. In-dome buildings require research or maintenance less often. Large tanks. Building construction in costs in metals and concrete reduced by 20%. Yes. Go to work on that. Alright, carry on. Now I did not yet have a fuel storage over here, but I am going to want one. Because I do want a position where the rockets can land. Let's set up a landing pad. And then next to the landing pad, I'm going to have a storage for fuel. Let's say I need about 30 fuel there. No, 50 fuel. And then I also want the rare metals deposit to be right next to the rocket, because I intend to ship this stuff back home. And that's going to be a maximum of 30 there. Oh, actually, I can have the other one as a sort of overflow depot. Just there. Alright. 14 hours till the dust storm clears. These things won't exactly get here in time, but it's alright, because the dome is not quite ready for them. Especially with this thing being out of power. The one from Russia is coming in soon. And I will need those polymers that they carry, because my supply is running dangerously low. And similarly, I hope that very soon I can do another deal with Japan to get more metals from them in exchange for another bunch of food. Still 18 food in there, but I have 242 stored. Oh crap. We have a leak. The drone is already on the way to fix it. Thank you very much. Dust storm in 7 hours. Terraforming. I don't have the machine parts for it. Shit. Also, I'm losing out on a lot of water. Where? This thing can still produce more water, so it's not this thing that I'm losing water on.
Sector scanned.
I think. Is it the other dome? Is this not getting enough water? Yeah, that's because there's no power here. Ah. That makes sense. Oh, is that 2 polymers? That's perfect for a battery. Although, no, I don't need one, because I decided that I want to run these things during the day. In which case they're going to be providing water. Both to the dome and also to make sure that the rest is just going to get stored in these water tanks. So yes, it is ever so slowly increasing. And... ah, shit. This thing's offline. Oh, I cannot fix this. I don't have electronics. Okay, I hate doing this, but I have to call in a supply pod. Reason why I don't like that is that they cost you 100 million each. I don't have that much money as is, but I really need this whole setup to become operational. So that I can quickly get more funding here. I want all the work shifts. There is enough concrete. There's just not enough drones at the moment to fulfill all the tasks that I'm asking them to execute. Okay, there's the diner going online. The grocer is coming online. Please prioritize the landing pad. I mean, I could toss these things down anywhere, but the problem is a little bit that the farther, or the closer you get them without an actual landing pad, the more likely it is that they'll start polluting the area with a whole lot of dust, meaning more maintenance. Alright. Land that one. Turn this dome on. Dome has malfunctioned. That is nice. Alright, guys, welcome to Mars.
New colonists have arrived.
And we have construction of rare metals. We're mining.
Research complete.
This one, unfortunately, does not really have anywhere near enough fuel. I'm gonna load or land the other one right next to it, and then bring the supply drop here. That's the electronics, so I can get this drone hub back operational. Once the drone hub is online, I should be able to get a bit more drones, but also more range. And I can send the drone commander back here. Ah, crap, it has malfunctioned again. What is with these things? Why do they always malfunction? Oh, shit! This is the wrong rocket. I landed the wrong rocket. Oh, no. This is the one that is gonna consume all the metals. Everything. Hopefully, by putting it on minimum, it's not going to eat too much. But it's going to be hard to fix that. Okay, we have our first bit of exports ready. The shuttles are under heavy load at this point. They're trying to keep up with everything, but it is busy here. Meaning that at the moment, it's going to take a bit more time for my shuttles to get to where they need to be, which is to be transporting fuel over towards these launch pads. Now, this one has malfunctioned. Need to send the RC commander over there. But I'm also a little concerned with the lack of water here. I still have a bit of stored water and there's not that much demand, so I can last for I think 12 sols. But it is still not a condition that I want to have persist. Now I can order more drones, or more shuttles, for 3 electronics and 5 polymers. I can build 1 extra. Oh, you're out of power? Oh, that's bad news. Hypothermia. Fantastic. Please don't drive through a dust devil, but do fix up the RC Explorer, because there are apparently more, or there were more things to explore. I guess it died during a dust devil that flew over. Okay, I want you back to here. And when the drones eventually are able to drop off 1 or more machine parts, I'll then be able to get a little bit of stuff here to make sure that the water supplies don't completely drain. I really don't like that this rocket's here. The Rubicon. I wonder what I'm going to get for bringing in that much metal. We shall see. Alright, Japan is offering. Is there anything else I can offer? Not really. All I have is food and concrete. Neither of which are particularly abundant. Metal is... metal's a lifeline.
Anomaly found.
Oh, what did you have? Some anomaly. Okay. Go scan that and report back. Now, what's the status here? We don't have the electronics facility up. Not too surprised. I would like it if more people actually worked here, though. Yeah, I need to send one of my rockets back to Earth and get more geologists. Because they are sitting on Earth. They're standing by, but they currently don't have any way to get here. Rover, listen up. I want you to transport a whole bunch of fuel, and I know we have it. I want you to bring that over here.
The anomaly turned out to be one of the most well-preserved asteroid impacts in our area.
Nice.
No geologist could ever put a price on it.
Earth scientists had long wondered about the effect of an ancient asteroid impacts on... of ancient asteroid impacts, plural, on Martian climate and geology. Several missions had been sent to gather data about these primordial events, but the landers failed, as if the Red Planet wanted to keep some of its secrets for itself. Generations had to pass until we managed to send a successful expedition to lift the shroud of mystery. With the data we gathered from the site, our colleagues on Earth will have material for years to research. Maybe we would finally find out whether the Martian core was shut down or it died out on its own, and we would be able to predict the destiny of our home world. 800 million funding and 3,000 research. Which immediately finishes all the research that I had. Let's do more lakes. Speed up the water a bit. And then these are the upgrades. The base ones aren't there yet. I don't know how to build the water vaporators. That's unfortunate. Oh, here, nice. So, passenger rockets carry 10 more colonists. That's what I want to see. I need to fix this. I need to be quick about it. The more this dome starts to malfunction, the worse the situation is going to get. Reduce priority on that one. Increase priority on that one. Yeah, okay. So the problem is my batteries don't charge enough. I don't have enough metals. I don't have enough machine parts. Basically, I'm screwed, energy-wise. Unless I go for a fusion reactor.
Research complete.
That's going to give me a lot of power. But without the breakthrough, that's going to make sure that I can get infinite power. I won't exactly be able to do this. Oh, I can do the Beyond Earth initiative again. Okay. Previously the rewards weren't bad, so let's do it again. Alright, this is where I'm going to leave you. The episode is ending on a massive shortage of metals. Hopefully I'm going to be getting some more soon. I have the rocket from Japan being loaded up with food and offloaded with more metals. But it's a risky venture, just relying this much on metals from another colony. So soon I'll have to set up another dome. Potentially here, although that one's a bad one. Or here, although that too is not great. Come on. Are there no great supplies of metals? This one then? Yeah, this one has a very high yield. Okay, I might need to set up another dome there. Fun. Oh well, we shall do that in the next episode. For now, thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying the show, and I shall catch you next week for the next episode.